Anybody ever had one of those days where they know they were good and they know they were being solid and they were being a good person and no matter what they could do, they just seemed to upset everybody? I had a day like that yesterday. Sometimes I wonder why I even get out of bed, but I do, and I make positive use of my time most of the time. Um, I am getting older, so today I got up, I was in a little bit of pain and I had a headache, so I'm getting a little started a little late, but that's okay. Tuesday I don't do much. Tuesday's like the one day in the week that I don't do anything but a few things inside with exercise and a few chores around the house. I was trying to think about what I was going to talk about, and I think what I'm going to talk about today is your actions. When you have been consistently known to be guilty of one particular thing, when something happens similar to that, you're usually going to be the one that's pointed out. And because you know you're guilty of doing those things in the past, regardless if you did it at that time or not, you need to remember that's the price you pay for playing games and not being a square shooter. Um, Yesterday I lose I lose everything, and I usually turns up. And it's not that I do it on purpose or that I'm careless. It's just that I have never had a good memory, never. Um, as a kid, my mom would be like, "Do you know where your backpack is?" Backpack? Oh yeah. I think it's in my bedroom, and I go in there, it's not in there, and the whole night it's been left in the car. I was driving myself nuts looking for my backpack all night long, but there it was in the car the whole time. And you do that enough times, you get to the point where you make the same mistake enough times, and you're the logical explanation every time something like that happens, regardless if you did it or not. So then basically the only thing you can do is in my case, you just gotta just suck it up and get out there and help fix whatever happened, and don't say it wasn't my fault. Because usually it is. Even if it isn't that time, it's usually your fault if that's what you're known for. I I'm having a tough time right now financially because everything's been getting more expensive. You know, as we all know, diesel fuel is the fuel that fuels the truckers, and diesel fuel is more expensive than gasoline. And so that said, we just got to plan better. You got to plan better. You can't just go off the seat of your pants and go to the grocery store and just buy whatever's on your mind. You know, I and you can't have everything either. You have to limit yourself a little bit. I have a sweet tooth, and boy, would I like to have some ice cream, but I can't afford it right now. This is what happens when people are short-sighted and they don't plan on they don't plan ahead. They don't listen. They don't do their homework. They're spontaneous. They don't think about their actions. Um, we had people don't look back, and besides the fact they don't look back far enough. You know, Part of the reason that we had the problem we did with Biden was because the prior presidency was handled so miserably. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Look way, way back. Go back 50 years. Go back to 1976. Okay. Look at a Republican. Okay. Look at the growth of the deficit. Okay. Then go to the Democrat. It starts to clean up. The deficit shrinks. And then go to the Republican. The deficit is increased again. And then go to the Democrat. It's decreased again. People don't think back far enough. They don't look at the whole picture. They look at right now. You can't do that. Um, this president right now is corrupt. He's nuts. A lot of people didn't think about it. 77 million people really didn't weigh their out. Didn't really consider their options. And not only is he a pedophile with little girls, but he is a rapist, a liar, and nuts. He's losing it. He's just like his father. It's uh, dementia, Alzheimer's is hereditary, and his dad got it, and they invented an office for him. They made him feel like he had a job to do, but basically to entertain him until he was gone. Unfortunately, we elected this guy. We don't have the luxury of getting rid of him. We have to tolerate the next, hopefully, the longest 4 years. But people aren't looking at the whole situation. He doesn't care about the ballroom. Have you really, 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 really listened? He's got bunkers that he's planning underneath the ballroom. Remember what happened in 2020, January 6th? You remember? He staged a coup. You won't have a government. You won't have a country anymore. And all these fascists, they got out and they attacked innocent politicians, and innocent people got killed. Well, this time he's had over 4 years to plan this. The new ballroom has ample bunker room, and a room for food storage. You see where I'm going with this? This isn't about the ballroom. If he gets kicked out of office, if he isn't when his term draws to an end, he knows already that he is lame duck. Does anybody know what lame duck means? Lame duck means it's just a matter of time before he gets caught. When a sitting president, it's a fluke in the law, and everybody knows he's guilty, and everyone knows he's a criminal. But everybody knows that this president, when his time comes to an end, he's gonna wear an orange jumpsuit eventually. So does he. What does he do? He's not as stupid everyone else thinks he is. He just acts like an idiot. He just acts. He's not as smart. He's not a super smart man. He's not nowhere near the level of Obama or Clinton or even Reagan. But he's not stupid. He's planning ahead. He's planning on burrowing himself into that bunker and not coming out. Yeah, you heard me. I'm seeing it. Having a military mind and military training, I know what I'm talking about. He's going to burrow himself into that bunker, and if the ballroom ever gets built, his plan comes to its conclusion. He knows he's not going to serve president again. It's in the Constitution. Then again, since when did he respect the Constitution? He started a war without congressional approval. That's in the Constitution. But anyway, I guess what I'm trying to get at is what I was talking about a minute ago. I'm known for losing things, and some things got lost yesterday, and I was there. I didn't lose those things, and I think that person figured it out. But what is Donald Trump known for? He's known for being sneaky, underhanded, immoral, and dishonest. So you have to look at the big picture. Yes, if it walks like a lame duck and it talks like a lame duck, it's a lame duck. He is planning to burrow himself into the freaking bunker. But we can all put a stop to that. Here's how it's going to have to happen. If he has 3 more years, he's going to have enough time to build that ballroom. Okay? But if both the Senate and the House are straight Democrat, he'll get impeached. And when he gets impeached, he'll finally be brought to justice. We have a criminal sitting in the Oval Office wearing a red tie and dictating law. It's up to us to put a stop to it. Anyway, I didn't have a whole lot to talk about today. I'm just mainly wanted to say that if you're guilty of doing something and that something like that happens, just suck it up and help solve the problem. Because if you've done enough, it's the least you can do for making other people's life inconvenient. Anyway, if you'd like to, feel free to criticize my video. If you'd like to encourage me, and I'll continue to make more videos like this. Either way, I'm going to keep plugging away every day. And I hope to see y'all tomorrow. And vote straight Democrat. And I love you guys. Jesus died for you. You knew your name when you was on the cross. Talk to you guys later. So many things that Janet hadn't seen before. The sun was shining down the